everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Carla Lisa here, and in today's video I'm gonna be doing a floral and vegetable gardening, spending a day on both the front porch and the back patio gardens. And I'm gonna be starting by our front porch, landscaping and adding a lot of beautiful flowers and decorating for the late spring and summer season, creating a fresh and colorful floral oasis. And then we're gonna be doing a vegetable pot planting with tomatoes and green bell pepper. I just want to let you know that I'm very new to this planting vegetables because I didn't have before the appropriate space and a back patio to do so, but I wanted to give it a try this year to this project and bringing you along this journey. So I hope that you enjoy this video and you get so many ideas, and without further ado, let's get out to the garden. Alright, and we are in our front porch, and as you can see now it's looking very simple, but here I have some of the flowers I'm gonna be using to decorate this area. But to start working there, I first need to unpack the pot planters I ordered from Walmart. And one of the reasons I ordered these planters is because I saw on Instagram using these planters to create a fountain, and I thought it would be a beautiful idea to add to my front porch, so we're gonna be recreating that. But when it comes to the plants I'm using today, I'm showing you some of the flowers I'm gonna be planting and using to decorate my front porch. And I got different sort of flowers from different places, and I try to keep it affordable and practical and have this gardening easy today. All these kind of flowers are very popular during the spring and summer, so it's very easy to find them at any local nursery. And I'm gonna be telling you a little bit about each kind of flower that I'm using today, just in case you would like to know a bit more and knowing if they are the perfect addition for your garden as well. But now to start recreating our fountain, I'm bringing one of these pot planters that I ordered from Walmart, and they are very popular, and in which I'm filling with a mix of potting soil. And now we are gonna be going ahead and start planting our flowers. And the flowers that I'm planting in this pot are the commonly known as bright eyes or periwinkle. And I chose this subtle pinky blush and the white flowers. I wanted them to add that subtle pop of color, and I'm planting them all the way around, surrounding the pot that it's gonna be on the top. I wanted to add this fountain at the center of the rounded small area of our front garden, so it's gonna be a kind of focal point for our front porch. So I wanted to add this subtle but still bright pop of color to the middle of our front porch area. And the next step to create our fountain is adding this type of pot planter with a wide open mouth that I also got at the Walmart, and I'm placing it on the top of the soil and filling with water. But to bring our fountain to life, I ordered this popular birth bath fountain pump, which works by using the solar energy, and that means you will need the direct sunlight to see it works. I'm applying this plastic floating bar to make it fit on the pot, and then I'm just laying on the water. And as you can see, it started to pump the water, but at this time in the morning, we still have some shade at the front porch, so I'm waiting for the sunlight to hit in this area. But meanwhile I'm waiting for the sun to directly hit this area, I'm quickly starting to work on this small soil bed and prepping this area to start planting our flowers. So I'm first starting by removing the waste and all the mulch we spread last year on here. And now that's clean, I'm filling this area with a gardening mix to raise our bed of soil and making our bed of flowers. We previously laid real heavy stones to make a border around this area, and that helps to hold all the soil. And because this is the first time I'm planting anything in this area, I wanted to make sure adding small rooted plants and flowers that don't need that much deep space. To fill this area and start decorating with flowers, I chose these beautiful and very adorable carnations or glow pink. The bright peachy and plump dusty pink colors are stunning. They are native to the Mediterranean region, which is also fit in my Mediterranean and charming Frenchy vibe I wanted. Carnations are also prized for the vibrant colors and delicate fringe petals that also it's totally my vibe for my floral oasis. And the next kind of shrubs I'm planting here, first is that blue Lithodora and this light purple Dianthus flowers, both from perennials. This type of perennials not only are the perfect ground cover to create beds of flowers or borders, but also bring a pretty bluish purplish pop of color and also bringing butterflies to the field. They are eventually gonna be spreading throughout the soil, but I eventually will continue filling some gaps and making this area look fuller and cushioned with flowers and shrubs. And as you can appreciate in this clip, now the sunlight is hitting and approaching even more, so the fountain is working better and the water reaching height. And next, I also wanted to add another pot filled with flowers next to the bench since it's a wide empty space. So I found this beautiful pot with petunias in a mix of bright colors, and I also like them because they are very easy to care and keep alive. I thought on planting directly into the soil to give it room down deep to continue growing and having a cascade growing effect in a few weeks later. And then at this other side, I wanted something to pair with the pot of petunias we just added at the same level. So I'm placing this beautiful dahlia that my husband liked and chose for our garden. And being this small size, it fits perfectly well to this corner. And because this flower plant is a small size, you can also add a bit of height and raising with a plant stand. And you can find very affordable ones in places like Marshall, where I got this marble one. And so that this plant can stand out better from the other pot plants, but still without blocking them. And since I have this ceiling ring, I also wanted to add a hanging plant, and I got this stunning and colorful calibracha, also called million bells or trailing petunia. These flowers are known for its prolific bell-shaped flowers and resemble to petunias that will be adding that beautiful, colorful, wild but still delicate look I'm looking for my garden. But to give this area a better look, I'm changing our layering area rack. As you can see, it got dirty and stained by the doormat when raining, so I'm changing it for the new one I found at Walmart, and I love the earthy light brown and neutral creamy white tone, looking more clean and delicate, matching perfectly well with the natural fiber colors of the doormat. But then to complete the front door decor, I ordered this amazing pot planter from Walmart, and I'm so impressed with the look and the cracked details, and the aged look almost like an expensive aged cement or clay pot, which is awesome for the very affordable price. Remember that I'll be linking all I can and I'm using in this video in my description box below. And then I'm placing this larger pot at each side of our front door, filling with potting mix to raise a bed of soil and adding some weight to keep them stable since they are very lightweight. And I found this beautiful mix of wildflowers with a variety of colors that will be adding that pop of color to each side of the door. They look absolutely beautiful and I'm so happy with the look. But then, to decorate our bench, I wanted to bring this pair of plaid decorative throw pillows, and I like the moody mossy green, and you can also switch the pattern, but I am keeping the cream background, which it'll help to balance the bright and colorful view with the flowers. And here is the end result and the first stage and how it turned out after all the flowers additions, and I was dreaming with a floral front porch like this. But later I decided to move the bench facing at the other side and or west side of the front porch next to the front door, and I think looks much better. But let me know what would be your favorite look of side to keep the bench. Next, let's move on to our back patio, and as you can see, things are starting to bloom here and it urgently needs a gardening maintenance. I already have roses and salvia that I planted last year and they are now coming back. I'm placing the new shrubs and flowering plants I'm adding here to show my husband where I need the holes to be dug. And I'm adding this carnation shrub, perfect for edges, that blooms in pink flowers. And I also got more salvia like the one I already have, and I love the deep purple this salvia brings to the garden and how prolific and stable it is. But then I also found this beautiful astilbe from perennial family with a bright plum red blooms of fluffy flowers. I need to start prepping this area, starting by pruning and cutting away all dead branches of the rose bush and also removing all the weeds growing from the ground. And meanwhile, my husband was working on digging the holes on the ground, and now we'll be able to start planting the new additions. And the first I'm planting is this beautiful autumn carnation of pink azalea, and this plant is a re-blooming intermediate size variety of shrub that makes beautiful pink flowers that can bloom up to 3 times per year during the spring, summer and the fall season. I not only love salvia because of its beautiful deep purple color and that Mediterranean feeling that brings to my garden, and also because this type of plants are heat and drought tolerant, making it them survivors during the summer season and the heat of the summer, which I decided to bring it back home because of their durability. And then we have this kind of astilbe or fennel that it features that classic glossy deep green foliage and also features that feathery foil for its bright red blooms of fluffy flowers. And this plant makes a good ground cover in moist situation, and it makes a dazzling combination with yellow, greenish or purplish leaves or other kind of flowers. I definitely love the look of this one and was the perfect addition for this area. And now that all the plants are into the ground and already well watered, I love how they look together. I'll be checking their progress and see what it actually works for this area during the season. And now we're going ahead and start pot planting our tomatoes and green pepper. I'm starting with the tomatoes. I got two different kinds of tomatoes, and since this is my first time planting tomatoes, I'll be somehow like an experiment, so I'm keeping it simple. Because I don't have a garden bed for veggies in our backyard, I'll be using containers to grow tomatoes. So I found this at Menards and I like the simple, neutral and classic look of them. And when it comes to tomatoes, you'll need the medium to a large containers to give them the plants a deeper room for the roots to grow. I'm planting that tomato plants as deep as I can to make sure giving the plants the appropriate room to grow stronger roots all the way down and up, and don't forget to even tear off the bottom leaves too. And when it comes to the bell peppers, they will grow well in raised beds, containers and even in ground gardens. They need to be planted in a sunny, well-drained spot. I thought this area of my back patio porch will be perfect since they will need to at least 6 to 8 hours of sunlight per day, and we have the sunrise and sunlight hitting this side during that time until the afternoon. I cannot tell you enough how I love bell peppers in many meal recipes, so I'm so excited to grow my own. But to help the plants grow better, it's important to take care against disease tomatoes are susceptible to, which is flowering disease and rot fruit, which are usually caused by the lack of calcium. And tomatoes love calcium, so I got this organic bone meal to give it an extra dose of calcium. But if you don't have or you cannot find it, you can also use crushed up eggshells to add it in the soil, doing the same function. And now we have to add some fertilizer, and I got this by Expert Gardener. This one can be used for tomatoes and other vegetables, so I'm applying on both the green pepper and tomatoes. And I'll be doing this exact same thing every 2 or 3 weeks. And the last thing, don't forget to label your planting. I planted 2 red beef or big boys tomatoes and 3 of the husky cherry tomatoes. And then I planted 2 pots with the same green bell pepper. But the most important is well watering our new plants. They will need lots of water to support their root system, so you want to make sure watering at the base and try not getting the leaves wet all the time. So this is how they look like all together and the end result for our gardening project. The pots with the vegetables and the flowering shrubs additions on our floral patio gardening bed. And I'm definitely loving the end result. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. You get so many ideas for your gardening and planting for this late spring and summer season, and see you in my next video. Bye!